We're in the middle of New York Jets rookie minicamp. What the hell's going on? Bold predictions, press conference notes, and things of that nature. Plus, I think you guys want to talk about something else too. Boy Green Daily starts right bleeping now on Saturday, May 10th.
I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
What's going on, beautiful people? I'm Paul Esden Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe, baby. We're trying to make a chase to 10,000 subscribers. And every little bit helps as we continue our path towards that as well. Also, you can see down below our scrolling ticker has our top 5 raffle leaderboard for this month. J-Boy has 82 raffle tickets, A-Step 10 with 41, Indy Jets with 31, Jay Correa with 30, and for Lillian Big D with 25. Here's what's up for grabs this month, people. The New York Jets commemorative game coin with a certificate of authenticity included from the National Football League. That is coming up as well. A New York Jets signature football, full-size NFL football. Both those items will be given away officially on June 1st, so every raffle ticket you guys give throughout the month of May makes you eligible for this contest. You guys can spend $2.99 on the channel by buying your own Boy Green Coffee Club membership in the YouTube description down below. Gifting YouTube memberships. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the money sign. It's the final option. Gift channel memberships, and you can gift as many as you'd like. If you have one raffle ticket, you have a chance. The more raffle tickets you have, obviously, the more opportunities you have. And, of course, super chat questions or comments are always welcome on the show. And, again, we have a special guest joining us, a special guest that apparently all you guys have been waiting for all week. So without further ado, let's bring him in. The much loved, the much hated, Pop on Pop. Oh boy. Oh.
Hey now.
What are we wearing there, Pop?
We're wearing the current defending NBA champion Celtics hat and shirt.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's very in your face. Yeah.
Yeah. And, last week I think I said there was a 95.4% chance of the Celtics being the shit out of the Knicks.
Yeah.
And a 0.0% chance of the Knicks winning. I think I said that.
You did that specifically. Yeah.
Yeah. And so here's what I would love to tell you.
Okay.
Things couldn't be better. Because
I'm sorry?
Things couldn't be better because all those people out there with KDS, here is the remedy. You're in this Knicks derangement syndrome. All so right. you take your KDS, revel in this moment.
Sure.
Capture the joy that's in your heart at this moment. Because what's really going to happen is when the Celtics come back and kick the ever-living shit out of you.
Okay.
Then your hopes and dreams and all these joys you had will be freaking crushed. Because all you have to do is look at the stats. Okay. All you have to do is look at the stats. What are the odds the Knicks somehow are going to come back and win 2 more games coming from behind from 20-point deficit when they're losing in rebounds, shot percentage, and 82% of the time, every 82% of both games, the Celtics were winning. So there's a 0% chance that you're going to do that 2 more times. And your hopes and dreams, hopefully they hand out those towels, the orange towel, you can cry into them. It's going to be freaking amazing. But we're not here as an NBA show. But I just wanted to say, yes, it actually couldn't have been going better. You're building up the aspirations, and then there's going to be a kick in the dick as you get crushed.
which can be quite painful in my experience. But yeah, again, I know we're not an NBA show. We'll get into the Jets in a second. But the thing I will say is the part that is truth serum, to your point, I know a lot of Knicks fans that accepted their fate. Before this series, they saw the impenetrable, undefeated champions and said, we're, it's been a fun ride, but we're getting swept, or worst case, or best case rather, gentleman sweep. And now that the Knicks are 2-0 in the series, those people have disappeared. Those people are all in that the Knicks are going to beat the Celtics and move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. I've heard Knicks fans saying, who do we prefer in the next round, Cleveland or Indiana? So there's a lot going on, and I guess we will see. It all comes at 3:30 today.
And we'll see. Anything can happen. Like the kid from Angels in the Outfield. It can happen. So who knows? Maybe it will happen. Maybe it will happen. I doubt it, but maybe it will happen.
All right. Well, let's get to the Jets here, Pop. We got over 100 people in the room. Thank you so much. And one more thing I wanted to shout out because it's a pinned comment right now on YouTube. Pop, the response has been outstanding. In between the last time you were on the show and the time you're on the show right now, we've opened up the Tailgate sign-up sheet because we, for a Jets home game, will be hosting everybody for a tailgate in the parking lot. Food sponsored by our guy, Chef Kevin Gilbert. He will be catering it. He's not just dropping off the food. He'll be making it. And then we'll all sit together for the Jets home game. And I've opened up a Google Doc sheet that people can sign up and say, hey, who are you? What's your name? First and last name? Are you interested in Jets tickets? If so, how many? Are you interested in tailgate tickets? If so, how many? Give me your contact information. Because as we get different information, like how much the Jets tickets are, we don't know that yet. Which Jets game it'll be, we don't know that yet. And things of that nature, we'll get back to you. And it's been outstanding. Right now, committed, and again, people can change their minds and other things can happen when new information comes along. We have 42 people committed, including ourselves, in the mix of coming to this Jets game, and it's been an outstanding response. I told the Jets, maybe 25, and now we're already at 42, and we haven't even really
landed on the game. That's right.
So it's amazing. And so I imagine even more are going to be hopping on the train. And by the way, there's no limit at this point, so people keep signing up. That just means we'll have a bigger party right now. So this is pretty unbelievable, Pop, before we get into our action here.
Yeah. The Boy Green Coffee Club. I think let's use the word militia because army is overused.
Okay.
So I like the Boy Green Coffee Club militia. It brings out some nostalgia. The Boy Green Coffee Club Minutemen. No, I can't use that because it's more.
Okay. Well,
but anyways, but it's it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. So make sure you sign up. We'll find out Wednesday. The schedule will get released on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And so, it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Exactly what Terrence said here. 43 committed before the schedule even comes out. Exactamundo. And like I said, here's how it's going to work, people, for those that have already signed up on the sheet. The schedule comes out Wednesday. We'll see if any leaks happen beforehand. That gives us some idea. But again, it won't be official till Wednesday evening. And then as soon as that happens, I will talk with the Boy Green Coffee Club and everyone else and say, hey, here, what games do we want to pick? Because I'm going to pick 3 in preference, or we will rank them and we will give them over to the New York Jets. And then they will let us know which one basically we can have with how many tickets we have committed and things of that nature, which is why it's important for a head count. And then shortly thereafter, we will make it available. I will know where we're sitting. I will know what the price of the tickets are. I will know how much the tailgate is and everything else, so we can all work from there. So, people, I'm really excited. I know some people are just waiting for the schedule to come out before they commit, but it's going to be pretty gosh darn sweet. So, again, thank you, everybody, for the support. I've been overwhelmed, and there is more to come. There's more to come. It's going to be pretty exciting. All right. Now, let's get into it. Pop, let me ask you this. I'll ask you the question. I don't want to assume. Who is one of your favorite people that join Boy Green Daily or have joined Boy Green Daily in this show's history? Is there a guest that has joined this show that revs your engine?
That's a weird way to say it. So the answer is no.
Oh.
There's no guest unless your mom comes on that rev my engine, just for clarity.
Okay, that's good to know.
The one of the guests I am quite fond. There's several I'm quite fond of. We have. Let's see. You've got Johnny Boy. Who we met last time.
Yeah. Okay.
I like Terrence. Big fan of Terrence and Hep, and the list goes on and on.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to be more specific to guests.
And easy, just to be clear.
Guests, not just our callers, which are part of our family, La Familia, Ohana, sure. I meant the guests that have joined our shows, like in a sort of semi co-hosting role, and he's back, not officially on the show. Nick Faria, who is the Jets reporter for JetsXFactor.com, he gave a very bold prediction for a Jets rookie. Day one of rookie minicamp was yesterday. And basically all that happened was they had some meetings. They put on the Jets gear. There's sort of light pad work of throwing the football around and doing some stuff. And Nick Ferry came out of that an impressed man. And here's what he had to say. Again, you guys can check out the article in the YouTube description down below. He was talking about Arian Smith, the Georgia wide receiver the Jets took with a 110th overall pick. Here was his comment on Twitter. I think we're going to get to a point this camp where Arian Smith might be in legit competition to be the Jets wide receiver too. He's got an unbelievable mindset, is well-spoken, and knows what he has to work on. If he catches the football consistently, like I said, you've got the reincarnation of DeSean Jackson in 2025. Good Lord, have mercy. I heard so many people complaining about this selection of Arian Smith, and now Nick Faria says he could be DeSean Jackson reincarnated, which I know is one of your favorite players of all time, Pop. And just a quick trip down memory lane, DeSean Jackson was in the NFL for 15 years, 641 receptions, 11,000 yards, 62 combined rushing and receiving touchdowns. I mean, what a comp. Holy crap on the first day of rookie minicamp.
Yeah, first of all, DeSean Jackson, douchebag. But anyways,
you know what? Have you seen the YouTube thumbnail, Pop?
I know.
It's DeSean Jackson on the 81-yard touchdown against the Dallas Cowboys where he goes to the 1-yard line and falls backward.
let's talk about that the falls backward, the Nesty plunge. Yeah, that was cute. I actually prefer we were watching this other game live in 2008. We were watching it together live. And the jackass was running in the end zone. You know, a guy's like 5 yards, but he's clearly going to score. And live, he drops the ball behind himself. And the ball, I'm like, he dropped right. I'm like, he dropped the ball. I'm jumping up and down. He dropped the ball. He did not score. And then the announcer's like 5 minutes like, wait a minute, they haven't scored 10. It appears he dropped the ball. But anyways, I saw live Goof drop the ball. You know when else he dropped the ball? He was in the All-American Pro Bowl. It's not Pro Bowl. All-American Senior Bowl in college.
Oh,
because he's well known for being a jackass. And so he did a front flip into the end zone during the All-American game, fumbled during the flip, resulting in a touchback ball to the other team. Thanks for playing, jackass. But anyways, but yeah, the other one's Malachi Corley. But other than that, he had obviously an amazing career. It's really unclear other than, you know, all good wide receivers almost without exclusion are either criminals or they have this, like even the ones you don't know, like Marvin Harrison, right? Who knew he was a criminal? But the other ones just have attitudes, right? Ocho Cinco, you know, even Michael Irvin, you pick them, any of them, Terrell Owens. And, you know, I'll say, obviously, there's some class ones out there. Tim Brown, Jerry Rice.
Larry Fitzgerald.
A lot of class out there. But then the other ones, right? So the only problem with DeSean, his legacy really is he never really stayed with one team. He had a great career.
Yeah,
a lot of
touchdowns. Yeah, sure. Yep.
But, but anyways, let's segue. So I had to get that out about DeSean Jackson.
Of course.
Jackass. But that is Nick Faria, you know, who's obviously has, you know, he's got some mental issues, but as a Philly fan,
yes.
But it's just like what, like there's some things like when I played football, you know, what I could always do is catch the ball. If it's within my catch radius, I never drop the ball.
Okay.
Very similar to Conklin. I don't know, is he still playing football? But anyways, you just don't drop the ball, and there are things like. You can only run so fast. Like you can work on it, but your wheelhouse, you can only run so fast.
Sure.
Like intelligence, you are only capable of being so intelligent, and then that's it. That's what you have. And so the ability to catch the ball is not really a learned behavior. Like when you're first a kid, you know, dad's throwing you the football, you catch it. You can teach you some. Don't let your body catch the ball. Catch it with your hands.
Yeah.
Catch it. You know, put it like when you go to catch it like this. But after you get past those hurdles, you can go to the jugs machine and you can get a little better.
Yeah.
But you really just can't. you are what you are. You are what they said you are, so to speak.
Hmm.
And this guy drops the ball a lot.
Yeah.
And it was a huge. So I will be the first to admit that they've done some. I'm really pumped about the majority of the draft, reinforcing the offensive line.
Yeah.
Defensive tackle. We've already talked about that
Mm.
ad nauseum.
Yeah.
But this is just confusing. Of all the picks, of all the things we could have done with that fourth round, because 100, what are we talking about? We're talking about a top 100 players in college football.
Mhm.
And if you asked anybody, give me a list of the top 100 players in college football, this dude, not on your list. And I know it was 110 before people say anything, but not on your list. Dude's on no one's list as a top 110 players because he can't catch the ball.
Right.
And so it's hopefully he can overcome it, right? Does DeSean Jackson like the speed component? 1,000% yes. Can the Jets use him even if he can't catch a ball? Yes, because he doesn't always drop the ball.
Well, of course,
right?
It's not 100% drop rate.
Empower, the stone hands. He doesn't always empower. Eventually, he's going to catch the ball, and he catches it more than 50% of the time. But the first play of the game, I do a play action. I send. You know what I need you to do? I need you in the third row eating popcorn by the time the defenseman knows where you're at, right? And now you stretch the field. Now you've opened up the running game for Breece Hall and Agent Zero. That's great. And now Garrett Wilson's going to feast. So I get the concept. But how many times am I actually going to throw him the ball? Maybe one time on that first play. And then I don't ever have to throw it to him again because he's going to stretch the defense, right? So maybe he catches it. Hooray! But even if he doesn't, it adds value. So, but is he going to be DeSean Jackson? Learn to catch the ball. So
I will say this to start because let's go first play. We're fast forwarding to September. We've got a lot of great shows to come, but for this exercise, we fast forward to September. You line up on the field. You got a 2 wide receiver set. Garrett Wilson's on one side. Arian Smith is on the other. The rest is essentially max protection for your New York Jets. The defense is like, oh shit, we got to make sure we're on that Garrett Wilson guy. They bracket coverage over him. Arian Smith, 4th round pick who can't catch. Okay. Justin Fields play action shot and just doesn't even think twice and just says, I'm going to throw it as far as I can to down the right hash and let's see what happens. Is it pass interference? Is it a big play? We'll see. Boom! And just unlock that puppy and see what happens. That to me is pretty exciting.
Absolutely. No, and it is. And I said you can improve catching the ball, but some of it's just an innate ability. The skill set you have. So can they work on it 100%? If I'm Aaron Glenn, right? I've got, I bring the UFL champion. I'm saying, I need you to throw the ball to this guy for the next 3 hours. And we'll track how many times he drops the ball, right? So I don't wear out Justin Fields. I bring Adrian Martinez while he's still collecting a check. I have him chucking
He's their
the ball
rookie minicamp this weekend. Shout out Martinez, UFL MVP.
I let him. That's exactly right. I have him chucking the ball, and who Malachi is lining up out there too. You're collecting a check, right? Get out there. I don't care if you're a rookie. Show up. Get out there.
There you go. By the way, a quick shout out. Mike Rubino has just joined the Boy Green Coffee Club, baby. You love to see it.
Hey now. By the way,
yeah, go ahead.
You get your raffle tickets, and welcome to the Coffee Club, Mike.
And that's what I'm saying. He doesn't wait for someone else to gift him a membership. Mike Rubino says, I'm going to give my own membership to myself as a present. And you can do that in the YouTube description down below. Join the Boy Green Coffee Club here. Mike, this is one of the best values. So you've just become a member to the Boy Green Coffee Club. So you get all the perks of being a Boy Green Coffee Club member. You get this loyalty badge by your name, which is priority replies and highlights on the screen. You have access to our emojis that are built by Snowball, a.k.a. Jets Worldwide. Wide. And you have access to our Discord channel where we talk beyond just the Boy Green dailies every day here on the show. You have a chance to basically have a text communication with me where you can ask me Jets questions or anything else, Mike Rubino. And on top of all of that, for this month, you have a raffle ticket to win that prize that we talked about earlier, the full-size New York Jets signature football, and as well as the commemorative game coin with the certificate of authenticity right there on the screen. You have a chance to win that. So I highly recommend everybody at least tries once to purchase a Boy Green Coffee Club membership. You can support me and my channel if you enjoy it. Plus, have a chance to win free shit. Can't really beat that. So, Mike Rubino, a salute to you, good sir. Thank you very much. Now,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I do want to just hear. So at first, when I heard Nick Faria, because I didn't hear anything else, I just heard Nick Faria say next to DeSean Jackson. I'm like, gee. First off, I love when we could do older comps where players that aren't in the league anymore, we could say, hey, this could be this next guy, as opposed to just saying, oh, the next Tyreek Hill, the next this. So I love the creativity there. That's cool. But I'm like, DeSean Jackson, that seems a little rich for, again, the day one of rookie minicamp. But I started to look at the measurables. DeSean Jackson, when he came into league back in 2008, that was his rookie season, he measured it at 5'10", 169 pounds soaking wet. He was on the former NCAA college football video game that me and my pop used to play every year when he played at Cal. He was on that cover one year. And Arian Smith is bigger and heavier, both taller and heavier, excuse me. DeSean Jackson was 5'10", Arian Smith, 6 foot. DeSean Jackson, 169 pounds in the combine. Arian Smith, 179 pounds. Now, DeSean Jackson at the 2008 combine ran a 4.35 40. That was the second fastest 40 at the time. Arian Smith ran a 4.36 40, so slightly slower. It's the fourth fastest time of any wide receiver. But Arian Smith revealed yesterday at his media availability at Georgia, around his pro day and other things, he ran a 4.28 40. That would have been the fastest time at the 2008 combine, the 2025 combine for wide receivers. And all those, by the way, those rankings are for wide receivers only. So he's bigger, taller, faster, apparently, than DeSean Jackson. That all would be pretty gosh darn exciting for the young man. So from that perspective, it sounds great. And I will say this. We talk about the drops. For people who don't know, Arian Smith had 10 drops last year. That was a 16.7% drop rate. That was by far the worst in college football. And no, shout out to Dane Brugler of the Beast. No Power 4 player had double-digit drops last year, not named Arian Smith. So obviously he had a very clear drop issue. Let me ask you this, Dad, because I saw a fan tweet this to me yesterday when I tweeted that stat. Someone said, hey, that's not bad. If you put that in the NFL, that's less than a drop a game. What's your response to that?
How many passes did, and not to beat this drum, but I'll beat this drum. How many passes did Tyler Conklin drop last year? Any idea?
0.0%.
0.0%. And, that wasn't good enough to make the team. So, yeah, one drop a game, yeah, that's not good. What's your job? Catch the ball, right? And, and they don't even, it's only truly that stat comes from, it's not like it's contested and it was broken up.
Mm-hmm.
That means it hit your hands and you didn't catch it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not even like I didn't run fast enough, and it's 10 yards ahead of you. That's not the drop. No. The drop is my hands, the ball, no catchy. So.
And I will say this for Arian. The thing that I really appreciated about him, he had media availability for like 10 minutes yesterday. Obviously, drops came up as a part of the conversation. And Arian said it was incredibly, I won't play the full clip, but he said it was incredibly motivating. He says, everyone talking about it, it's up to me. It's on me. I don't make excuses for anybody. I'm going to fix this issue. I'm going to work harder than anybody, basically, to fix this issue. And I'm going to work through this, but I've got no one to blame. It's on my shoulders, and I know I'm going to fix this. And when someone asks, like, basically what you said, how do you fix drops? Isn't it sort of you can either catch it or you can't? And he said that he attributed it not to technique. He said that, in his opinion, that there was no real technique to catch a football. Just put your hands out, catch the football. I would probably disagree on technique, but yeah. We could put that neither here nor there. But his thing was he thought they were focus drops. Like he was thinking, you catch the ball and say, I'm going to make this juke, I'm going to make this move. And he didn't say all these things. He just said, you're thinking about other things. And he sort of was like indicating some of the other things that would be going through someone's head at catching a football. The thing, like I said, I'll give him credit for is he's taking it head on and saying, hey, keep the drop questions coming. I've got no one to blame that these questions are coming up for myself. It seems like he handled it the right way, Pop.
Yeah, and it sounds like that's very mature thinking, that he was able to, don't the elephant in the room. Just go at it right on. So I appreciate that. And then I will tell you that we talked about this. The reason he was available at 110, not on most people's top 100 list, was the drops. And so him addressing it head on, this is a lot of what we've seen from Aaron Glenn. Like he sees something where other people don't, right? Like Okafor, for example, and many like our German strongman. Like he's playing in the fringes. And when you win, you're not going to win all of those, but when you win one of those, it's enormous. You get an extra roster spot. Okafor comes in when something happens to our number 7 draft pick. So
Membu,
so I mean that Membu, thank you. So that is he's that thinking outside the box. That Bill Parcells-esque stuff is that's next level and stuff, and that's where he's playing around in, right?
Yes.
So I think there could be something there. Last thing I'll say about this is the Jets wide receiver room could be it's the most interesting. Like you break down the wide receivers in that room, and it's you've got the Yak champion, you've got the speed demon, you got some of the interesting signs, you got Woody's favorite New York Jet player. So this room is very intriguing. Like how is it all going to come together? Mm-hmm. And so it's very interesting. And they didn't go the route that other teams did. Taking a gamble and a risk on people that have been that prototypical wide receiver diva causing issues, like some other teams have done. They like we're going to do it a different way, and so it's very interesting. Can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, and again, the other part of Nick Ferria's prediction is that if he catches the ball, this is what Nick Ferria said. Jets beat reporter, JetsXFactor.com is a new place he's at. He said if Arian Smith catches the ball consistently, basically there's a path to being the wide receiver 2. And at first I'm kind of like, but then I say, well, there's no clear wide receiver 2. So sure, the path of opportunity exists for all these young men to the point of your intrigue of the wide receiver room. Josh Reynolds, Alan Lazard, the 3, I just categorize them, the new kids on the block. Okay. You got Tyler Johnson, who's been around the league for a couple of years. You got Malachi Corley, who's in year 2, and you have this Arian Smith kid. So you have sort of opportunity, and any of them can seize it or not seize it. That's what it's sort of going to be up to. Let's give a couple of shout outs here. Leonardo Santos took a page into the Mike Rubino playbook, baby. In your own ticket, baby, to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Again, everything I just said. You get access to all the perks of being a Boy Green Coffee Club member here on YouTube. Plus, you have a raffle ticket to our contest. So thanks, buddy. Thanks for joining. Again, you guys can join the Boy Green Coffee Club in the YouTube description down below. If you guys would like to sign up for that tailgate, that is currently the pinned comment on YouTube. And eventually, when we open up the call-in line, that will disappear, and you guys can still sign up through our YouTube description down below. A-Step10 has a couple of comments to share. Every time we get a YouTube super chat pop, I think you know what happens here on the program. Wow. What up, BG and Pop? A-Step10, who, by the way, is already committed to coming to the tailgate. So we will get to meet Arthur on the show. That'll be coming. And he
nice.
Yeah, it will be nice. He sent in another super chat, though, and wow.
Yeah, I think they can't handle the truth.
Yeah, which, by the way, for our audio-only listeners, A-Step10 with 2 $9.99 super chats coming through on YouTube. We appreciate it. His comment is Nixon 4 LFG. Let's fucking go. Nixon 4. They're pulling out the brooms.
You cannot handle the truth.
Yeah, that's what some people say, that you can or can't. Whether or not we can or can't is, I guess, up to the universe, I suppose.
You can't handle the truth.
Hey, now.
There you go.
OG.
Right. And we're talking about the
playoffs. Are you talking about the playoffs?
You're in the semifinals of the Eastern Conference, Grandpa. So that is happening here.
That is the playoffs
on the show. But when you get comments like this, Pop, where Arthur's sort of coming at you here, well,
mess with the bull, get the horns.
Then that could be coming up here. Great representation of the Boy Green merch, which also is available in the YouTube description down below, baby. So there you go. What's your response to Nixon 4?
For Arthur? There's Well, I just, you know what I'm going to say from now on about this Celtics Knicks thing. For
Okay.
right now, what I'm going to say is tune in next week when Hoppa and Pop calls from Romania, and
Wow.
we'll see what's
Okay.
up.
Let me
We'll
do it.
we'll do a discount double check on that.
Okay, so obviously we have the Celtics game 3 today. I know game 4 is on Monday, so let me just check where we're going to be at in the series. Well, I guess let me see here. What'd that be? Let me assume. Yep, Wednesday night would be, so that'd be game 5. That's in TD Garden. And I'm jumping to Friday, game 6, and then a game 7, if necessary, will be over the weekend. So, okay, wow, okay. Yeah, by the next time we chat, Pop, we'll see. If there is a game 7, it'll be May 19th, Monday, May 19th. So that's in 9 days. There you go. Thank you, A Step 10, for the super chats. Appreciate it. You are now up to, and let me make sure I have this correct here, 48 raffle tickets with all your previous super chat combinations. You are in sole possession of second place of our raffle contest. So salute to you, our guy, A Step 10. Very nice. As
Absolutely.
we continue along here on the program. So keep it coming, everybody. Your super chats, memberships, comments, all are welcome here on the program. We'll also open up the phone lines here in a little bit. And here we go. Let's play this one from FL Phil 98 Philium with a member shout out.
Wow.
He's been a member for 10 months. He says, I believe Arian Smith will replace Xavier Gibson on returns. I'll tell you this, Philium. He replaced Xavier Gibson's jersey number. He took it. He's now wearing 82 at Jets rookie minicamp. So he went one way. Xavier Gibson, by the way, returning, or not returning, going to the jersey number 3, which we'll be hearing a lot of today as the Celtics are raining down from the high heavens, perhaps in the second-rated garden in the NBA. That could be happening. I will say this is another part, and I'm glad you brought this up, Philian, because it goes back to the DeSean Jackson thing. The other thing people forget about DeSean Jackson is he was a dynamic punt returner. He had 4 touchdowns he took to the house, including the Miracle in the New Meadowlands, or Miracle in the Meadowlands #2, as people say, as Tom Coughlin yelling at Matt Dodge, the punter, punt it out of bounds, punt it out of bounds. He throws it to DeSean Jackson, who muffs the punt for a second. He grabs it, realigns, zigs and zags his way through the Giants defense, walks it in for the incredible comeback that the Eagles had on the New York Giants, and had that awesome touchdown. So we'll see. Arian Smith did not return kicks or punts in college, he said yesterday, but he said he used to do it in high school. So to use that 4.28 speed on returns would be dynamic. So I hope that's another way potentially he could contribute, Pop.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like you have to catch the ball to do that.
Apparently not. Hey, DeSean Jackson muffed it, then picked it up, and here we go.
There you go. Yeah, you think the Jets are going to go the way of the Colorado Buffaloes and retire Jordan Travis's number?
They probably should. I mean, after so many contributions,
Yeah. The other zinger out there is, they took them only 2 days to pick a new pope. Took Shedeur Sanders 3 days to get drafted. Hey now.
That's fucked up. Yo, Holmes.
You have a name for it?
Yeah, there you go. Which also, every time you can get one of those sort of references in, I guess it's always a good time.
Secret tickle time? You have a name for it?
Oh, unbelievable, Grandpa. Shout out to your homes. BG, where do I sign up for the game? Again, YouTube description or pinned comment on YouTube. Either place. It is a Google Doc sheet. If you have any issues accessing it, some people do. They can't get it on their phone or whatever. You guys can email me. That's Paul, ESDENJR@gmail.com, and say, hey, my name is Freddie Jones, and I want 4 tickets. I can't access the sheet. I am interested in the tailgate tickets. A parking pass. Again, if you buy a Jets ticket through me, you can get the gold parking pass for dirt cheap. It's $45. That's the cheapest the Jets sell it. But that's because I did a discount package with the New York Jets. So again, I can hook you up there, but you cannot get a parking pass through me unless you buy a Jets ticket. The Jets told me it's limited to the seats that you buy. So just sort of keep that in mind as well. Super chats coming in. We got our boy EZ here on the program. Edward Ziff, a.k.a. EZD, here on the show.
Wow.
And this is heartwarming here from our guy EZ. He said, name your favorite meal mom made. Mother's Day tomorrow, of course. So, Pop, what's your favorite one that Grandma used to make?
Yeah, the meal that your grandmother used to make that I enjoyed the most was takeout pizza.
Jesus Christ. Good Lord. Wow.
Hey, now, no, she made good. Yeah,
That would be Donato's Pizza for those out in the Ohio area.
Donato's
Yeah, there you
pizza.
go.
That was her special. No, I enjoyed. She made some casseroles, green bean. I mean, not green bean. Down East rice and chicken cheese. That was very good. But
Nice.
I didn't get
Two here immediately come to mind, although there's probably many more beyond that. Is Papa's Fritas, a fried pork chop and potato wedge, potato fry in some way combination. I had that within the last couple of months when I visited my folks, so that was very nice. Big breakfast. It's something my fiance has adopted from my family. It's basically you eat breakfast for a non-breakfast meal. Sometimes it can be lunch, dinner. It could be like a later brunch or something, and that includes bacon, eggs, fried potatoes. I mean, sometimes you could go English muffin or this, that, or the other. So it's just a wonderful breakfast. So my mother used to do that all the time, and that's something I really enjoyed. So that's up there. And my mother, aka that guy's wife, used to make him German
Imamji.
food all the time. Yeah, Imamji, sure. So I don't know how often she does that anymore, but you used to like what else was in there? There's schnitzel, and what else was part of the German
schnitzel,
combo?
Spatzel, and
Spatzel.
rouladen.
Oh yeah, there you go. So some of those as
amazing
well.
food. Amazing food.
Really cool super chat. Thanks, EC. By the way, you have 4 raffle tickets for a contest this month based on your previous super chat combination. So thank you kindly. Great. And make sure you guys call, reach out to your moms, and do everything. Obviously,
Not your moms. Don't do your moms.
Yeah, there you go. That will be another way, I suppose, to factor it in. So let's go again. Indy Jets with a YouTube super chat coming in.
Wow.
Morning, BG and Pops, give that top 5 leaderboard again, and I will do it with your addition to the ball club too here, our boy Indy Jets here on the program. So, Indy, you are $1 more away from another raffle ticket, but you just got yourself one with this. You now have 32 raffle tickets so far this month, and I'll run through the rest of the leaderboard here in just a moment. You are in sole possession of 3rd place here on the board. We have J-Boy with 82 raffle tickets, Aced Up 10 with 48, Indy Jets, you have 32, Dre Correa has 30, and for Lily and Big D rounds out the top 5 with 25 here on the show. So appreciate you, Indy. Yeah, we've gotten some frisky bidding wars this week, Pop.
Is Aced Up 10? That's updated as the 6-pack plus that he just added a little while ago.
Yes, that's with everything that has come in. Yes.
Oh, right. Very good. Very good. Hey, now, by the way, you talked about breakfast for dinner. I was just overseas and interacting with a lot of cultures over the past 3 weeks. I couldn't actually tell you how many different cultures I worked with. One of them being the French. I'm not going to say anything, but I'll give my opinion of that. Anyways, one time on one trip for business, I went with was working with a French peer, and one of the Americans wanted to go to have breakfast for dinner.
Okay.
And I've never seen someone more offended that this French gentleman was so offended by you would have breakfast for dinner.
Oof.
And the American was just trying to be cheap. He wanted to go to Waffle House. So we went to the Waffle House. And the French gentleman's like, I will not eat breakfast for dinner. He goes, I will. What do we see that menu? And so you get the menu, and he's like, I will take the steak and salad. And I'm like, hey, man, I know you don't like breakfast for dinner, but nobody orders the steak and salad at the Waffle House. Because when you get the salad, they normally give them a bag of salad that is pretty good for the life of the franchise. So anyways, he orders the steak and salad, and the steak came out, and it looked like a piece of Spam that was left on the stove for about 12 hours. It was burnt to a crisp, and the salad was neon green.
Wow.
And as he was eating it, I was just looking at him as I was eating my, eggs and hash browns, and I was laughing at him because did you get what you wanted? But anyways.
Oof. Yeah, I'm sure he really appreciated that. Yeah.
I won't tell any more French jokes or pick on the French or anything else, but I did have to tell that story where you mentioned breakfast for dinner. So
I appreciate that. So good. We're getting well versed here on the show. We have over 300 people in the room. That's we appreciate that. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, you like the video. Again, hit subscribe. That helps the YouTube overlords put this Jet show in the hands of many others. Again, at BoyGreen25 on Facebook, at BoyGreen25 on YouTube, at BoyGreen25 on Twitter. And recently, I've joined the TikTok. Why the hell not? And hey, we got our first viral TikTok with 50,000 plus views. So thanks to all the Jet fans that are jumping over there too. You got to get with the times and go where the people are. So there you go. We're also over there as well on the program. All right. So yeah, long story short, just to put a bow on this Arian Smith conversation, he's 23 years of age. The Jets took a chance on him, and hearing him really for the first time yesterday, you got to hear him immediately after as a rookie being drafted 5 minutes later and then speaking to the media in a Jets hat in his living room as his family's all over him and stuff. It's hard to sort of get a sense for the man. So to hear yesterday a 10-minute conversation of him thoughtfully answering questions and going through it, I can't wait. I'm rooting for this young man. I hope he turns it around. I'm very excited for what he can do, and we'll see. If he's a DeSean Jackson and the number 2 receiver of the Jets, that's the greatest 4th-round pick they've ever taken. So amazing. So cheers to that. So thank you to Arian Smith. Again, if you guys want to read more about Arian Smith, I have an article up already in the YouTube description down below. We'll have a follow-up article about him talking about the drops and things of that nature and his injury history. There's a lot of other parts of the story, so I want to do another follow-up piece on Arian Smith, and we'll be doing that in the near future. Pop, before we open it up to the phone lines, is there anything else you'd like to address?
Yeah, there's a few things out there that came out. Lots happening, believe it or not.
Sure,
This is a pretty big week.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to say, I think, the Jets need to get some respect.
Okay.
And they're not getting it. No one was more surprised than me last year that it went as it went.
Of course.
Right. Most of my predictions for last year came true. I won't go through them all, but they most came true. And I'm not talking about the record. I predicted them to have the opposite of the record they have. Right. I predicted 12-5. I predicted Aaron Rodgers almost his stats. If you go back and look at the tape, I almost predicted exactly his passing yards that he was going to get. And he ended up getting it, right? I said he was going to be up in the top seasons for a quarterback for the Jets.
He was 3,700 yards or something.
Yeah.
Maybe
so I said that last year.
Yeah.
The one that didn't pan out was the win-loss record.
Right.
And this is not, and you start looking at it, and when the power rankings came out, and I thought it was a little ridiculous. And you look at them all, there's probably 12 million different power rankings, but the one that came out with the NFL and the ESPN, they had the Jets at 30th. Come on, man. There's no way. And so I think we don't know. I think, where does the wide receiver room, that chemistry, how does that go? How does Justin Fields, does he take that, the 4-2 record, and does that matriculate to the Jets? Because again, as in the past several years, I think this team is good enough that they don't need Justin Fields to come and sling it. And, his skill set coming in, I think that if they had him 3 years ago, who knows what would have happened? The drought would be over. But 30th that's just crappy. It's stupid even.
Well, it got even worse, Pop, right? So you're talking about the ESPN power rankings. They were at 30th, which the 3rd worst team in football. Only 2 teams were worse, according to ESPN. The Locked On Podcast Network, they basically have a network of shows. There's a Locked On Jets, Locked On Knicks, Locked On everything. They did their NFL power rankings, and the Jets were 31st. Only one team worse in football in their power rankings. So, hey,
was it the team they share a stadium with?
It could have been. It could have been. I was just so offended by it. I didn't even care or look who the other one was. But I'll tell you, they were there. And hey, Aaron Glenn says move in silence. That's his thing that he keeps wanting to throw out into the universe. So, silence is golden here in this particular case, Bob.
Right. What the hell just happened?
Oh, good Lord. Wow. Okay, well, let's immediately address Big D says, hey, now, I've got something to say.
Wow.
$49.99. Good Lord have mercy. And there's only one proper way to celebrate this. Let's get a little icky shuffle action.
Number 44.
Woo! 44, that's me!
Get some cold cuts. Get some cold cuts. Get some cold cuts.
Woo! Give me some!
Good night. I'm just still in shock. Perhaps one more here. For Lily and Big D, a member of the Boy Green Coffee Club, giving a $49.99 super chat. Okay, update the top 5. I hope I'm wrong and Arian Smith becomes number 2 and an All-Pro. But ifs are not a plan, and neither is hope, which is another common phraseology of all of this for Lily. Again, this is how I say it every draft year. And thank you, by the way, for the $50 friggin' super chat coming in. And I will update the leaderboard here in just a moment. In the draft, we all pick our favorites. By the way, Pop, you got credit. We did the show yesterday with the Bears helping the Bills screw the Jets. And they said they listened to your GM ship because they moved in front of the Jets to take DeSean, the Kentucky 6'7" defensive tackle in the fourth round, which was at 109. The Jets ended up with Arian Smith at 110. So it's sort of full circle. Bills did that twice to the Jets. Also did that to them in the second round at pick 41 in front of them at pick 42. So you got some love from apparently Bills fans that were in the chat for thanks for the GM ship. Brandon Bean appreciated the info. But yeah, but to the point though is that we all pick our favorites, right? Pop did his mock draft, said, Deion Walker's this guy the Jets should rally around. Here's a guy. And someone else says, this defensive tackle, TJ Sanders. There was actually another Pop guy too, but that's random. That's also someone else the Bills took. So I guess they did just take your entire mock draft big board. But regardless, the point is that there's a million defensive tackles and everyone has a different one or a different wide receiver or whatever. But once the draft is settled and we draft whoever we draft, in this case, Arian Smith, I'm a Jets guy. I'm a Jets fan. I do a Jets content creator show. Arian Smith is a Jet. He's a brother. I welcome him into the family. I want him to learn. I want him to fix. I want him to do everything. He's one of us now, and I will defend him against the world as he continues to develop, mature, and everything else from that perspective. So I hope other Jet fans have a similar mindset and embrace the young man. And sure, he had things in his past, this drop problem, but let's hope that he fixes it with the Jets. Why would we want to root for his failure? So
That's right.
Let's embrace.
Yeah, and don't forget this. You know, you start looking at statistics. I don't have it in front of me, but I would tell you that the odds of a fourth-round draft pick making the team are not, I think it's a 50-50 crapshoot. I don't know what it is, but it's not, now, especially with what we just said, right? We don't know. This room's going to shake itself out in some of these mandatory mini camps, rookie mini camp, that, beginning of spring training. Beginning of the training camp. He may not even make the team. Hopefully he does. Hopefully he is the next DeSean Watson, but there's a likelihood is he make the team as a fourth round.
Yeah.
What's that?
Jackson, he said DeSean Watson. I don't want him to be the next DeSean Watson, just to be clear.
No. But you're feeling intense. Maybe he can come by and give you a little massage.
Oh, that's wildly inappropriate, and I hope that does not happen in any length.
Back to my point, 30th in the power rankings is insulting. I think it'd been realistic. The Jets, maybe 15 to 20 until they show up and show out, and that, the top 2/3 of the NFL, if you will. And I think 5 and 12 was a product of coaching and quarterbacking a little bit is why the 5 and 12 happened.
That's very possible. By the way, the updated leaderboard is this. J-Boy has 82 raffle tickets. A-Step 10 is 48 for Lily and Big D now with 41, and you're $1 away from another. Indy Jets falls to fourth place with 32, and Dre Correa at 30. So thank you for Lily. I would also say this to your fourth-round pick comment. It depends in Jets history, but that's sort of the sweet spot. With a fourth-round pick, most of the time they make the roster, but obviously in Jets land, we've had plenty of fourth rounders we've drafted and months later ended up being cut. So it happens. I would not anticipate that in this particular scenario unless he totally implodes. Like Ja'Kai Polite was a third round pick. We cut him months later, but that was sort of a differing circumstance there as well. So we'll see, like I said, what the young man is able to do and continue to embrace. But for Lily, thank you so much, pal. And you have surged even higher in our top 5. We do have to open up the phone lines here in a moment, but Pop, there was a comment here. Someone had a question for you earlier, so I wanted to throw this up. John LG says, hey, Pop, why do you pay more respect to the French than Knicks fans?
If you think we're not going to go too far down this road, but I give the Knicks significant more respect than almost Germany. But hey now, put that just wrap your head around that comment. Hashtag almost Germany. But anyways, yes, no, I give the Knicks credit. They're very, they have a very proud franchise, and I give them what they get when they play the Celtics, as I do anybody that plays the Celtics.
Scott says the Boston's going to get teabagged tonight at the Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. No, you could have probably done better with that analogy of the tea party, Boston Tea Party. Could have done a little better work there, but nice.
For Lily wanted to let us know that $1 of his $49 needs to go towards Pop's Math 101 class, 0.0%. Come on, man.
Yeah, most of the math you don't use actually after you get out of high school. Don't let your kids listen to that. But yeah, I'm good. I stick to the 0.0%. I stick to that. But one last thing I want to go back to is what's going to help the Jets and their 30th. I don't know where the power rankings comes from, but the strength of schedule also came out. And the Jets are in really solid shape. Really solid shape. And they have like the 6th or 7th easiest schedule in the NFL.
Makes sense. They're finishing third,
Yeah, the Cardinals, Panthers, Titans, Patriots, and the Saints are the teams that have an easier schedule. So they're right there. And, it is what it is. Oh, actually, it was clipped off. The San Francisco 49ers have the easiest schedule. But the Jets are right there in the so they're 1, 2, like the 7th easiest schedule. So
it's a Jets show, but I just want to. So I told you that Lockdown Podcast Network had the Jets as the second worst team in football. They were 31st. Let me give you a chance to guess, Bob. Where do you think they had the 49ers? Where do you think the 49ers ranked in a power ranking of all the teams in the NFL? A random guess.
Yeah. So my random guess, and I'm actually scanning what I have up, but before I look, I'm going to say so they get more credit than they deserve is my belief. I bet you they had them at like 10 to 12 or something like that. There's no reason they should be there, but and I'm going to look with this. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay. 6th best in the National Football League. And I went, the fuck? Excuse my Guatemalan here, but what in the bleeping hell? How are they 6th, but we're last? Their entire team blew up this offseason. A Debo Samuel, defenders moving all over the place. Like, I don't get that bleep at all. So again, this is a Jet show, not a 49er show, but I'm like, what the hell? Was it the Robert Saleh edition? Did that send it over the top? What happened here?
Yeah, and here's the other thing. I just looked at this ESPN list, which has them 15th.
Oh,
what?
Okay.
What? But they also have the Chiefs at number 1. Talk about it. I'm not a Philly fan from the last.
That's just stupid thing.
That is just dumb. And some of these other ones really just just stand like Green Bay at 8 seems high. Minnesota at 9 seems a little high because
JJ McCarthy, who you don't know, right? That's
But so the Chargers got a little disrespect. They were 11th. I would have definitely they would have been
higher for me.
Yeah,
but again, that's the thing. To me, this is how I feel about power rankings. The Eagles won the Super Bowl, unless their entire roster is taken apart, quarterback, head coach, like they were just picked apart by something unforeseen. Maybe that's the one scenario where I would say, okay, that team is no longer number 1. But if you are to be the champ, you have to beat the champ. Woo! Put your Ric Flair in there, and they should be number 1 until the season starts. I don't give a shit what happens. That's my default. So to have the team that they beat in the Super Bowl with a rusty wrench above them, and the changes for the Eagles have been minuscule, relatively speaking, of the players they lost versus the players they've gained. It's not like they lost Milton Williams to New England Patriots, sure, but they're pumping out defensive linemen left and right. Like, what are we talking about? So, yeah, that was incredibly disrespectful. Not to give Eagles a lot of love here on the show, but
just scanning this list real quick. The other thing that I almost fell out of this fucking chair. I'm in the loft of the house now. But how, so like we overly give credit, right? And I wish he was one of my picks to be the Jets head coach. No disrespect to Aaron Glenn.
Okay.
But this head coach, I thought he would have been exactly with the Jets team of the past 3 to 4 years, this person and so is Aaron Glenn, just to be clear. But in based on what you've done, not what you might do, like Mike Vrabel, right? Yeah. How in the name of everything that is holy? So I get that the Dolphins ended up like 20th on this list, right? Because they've been hanging around the playoffs, and so that they're 20th, okay. They've been in like right on the edge of the playoff. But how in the beep are the Patriots 23rd on this list? Are you shitting me right now?
And I don't know if you saw this. It may not be updated now, but I'll have to double check. Their over under win total is like 9.5 by Vegas. And I'm like, what the? I don't understand. A year ago, we talked about this on one of the days of the show this week. So I apologize to anyone that I'm repeating it for. But a year ago, consensus, we all came into the round table and said, Patriots suck? Yeah. One of the worst rosters in football? Yeah. Oh, okay, great. Fast forward a year, we're like, oh, Patriots making the playoffs, 10, 11 wins, Drake May? Yes. And I'm like, whoa. That's a seismic jump. How the hell did we get here? I know they've made some improvements, but most of the people they chased told them to suck blank. They tried to get a star wide receiver. Chris Godwin's like, nah, thanks. I'll take $30 million less to stay here than to go where you're going. Brandon Ayuk trade. No thanks. DK Metcalf. No thanks on trade. Like everyone in the universe told the Patriots to suck it. Outside of a few, Milton Williams took record-breaking money. Someone's going to take the money to go over there. And all of a sudden, we're just consensus they're going to be amazing. Let's see what happens. I think we're making some leaps. Mike Vrabel's a good coach. Me and you just talked about it in your preference of like, hey, who was going to be the Jets coach before? I was high on this man. But he can't turn chicken salad into chicken shit or vice versa. We'll see what he does. I don't know, man. To me, I think we're smoking a little bit too much hashish on the New England Patriots. And let's see what happens this season. But I think the Patriots are going to win between 5 and 7 games next year. I just don't see this other crap.
You know what's funny is with a few exceptions, like you just named like 3 wide receivers that told them to go fly a kite.
Yeah.
Can you here's a little pop trivia. Let's throw. And this is not a Patriot show either, but right, wide receivers go to die in New England. Right, there's been a couple notable exceptions, but could you name the leading wide receiver of all time for the New England Patriots? And I bet you can't.
Okay, let's hit the trivia music here.
You're on mute somehow. With that music, is making you mute.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Now we can.
Oh, okay. I wasn't speaking loudly enough or into the microphone. Okay, the leading receiver for the Patriots have been around forever. There's no way it's Edelman. Welker had a lot of catches, but I don't know about yards. Randy Moss was there too short of a time.
To help you out, Wes Welker is their career leader in receptions. You are correct, but not the leading receiver of all time.
Okay, here's a random one that just hit me off the top of my head.
If you say this, I'll fall out of my chair if you get this right.
This is your boy, and unfortunately, God rest his soul, I'm pretty sure he passed away a few years ago. Terry Glenn?
No, not even in the top 5.
Oh, I don't know. That was just a random one that sort of hit me off the top of my head. I was thinking of like old Patriots. I'm like, oh, Terry Glenn, my boy, TG. Oh, okay. Okay, let me try one more guess, maybe. Patriots, like, how long was Deion Branch there? Maybe not like a Dante Stallworth. What am I thinking of? Like someone. Is it a name I know that you think I know?
I do not think you know this name.
Oh wow! Okay.
And by the way, he crushes number 2. Crushes.
Oh, so he's whoever number 1 is number 1 by like a country mile.
3,000 yards approximately.
Woo! Okay, yeah, that crushes. And you don't think I know who it is, so that like changes my potential answers. Oh my God! Come on, Paul, you big dumb animal.
Terry Glenn's number 9 on the list, by the way.
Oh, that's cool to hear he's in the top 10, so I'm not a complete idiot. All right, there we go. Oh, golly. Hey, you don't have to answer this question if you don't want to. What era?
In the 80s.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you. Right. I'll go up. I'll get. So number 10 is the relative of Tommy DeVito. Gino Cappelletti is number 10. Okay. Number 9, Terry Glenn. Number 8, Jim Cole Claw. I don't know. Number 7, Ben Coates. Ben Coates, tight end.
Wow.
Ben Coates.
All right.
Number 6, keep away from the steak knives, Irving Fryer. If you don't know that, go take a look. Number 5, he probably would have done better if he didn't have to go and play on the defense, Troy Brown.
Troy Brown. I forgot about that one. That would have been one of my guesses for sure.
Number 4, Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman,
Fourth?
number
Oh
4.
man, he's
number
way higher than
4.
I thought. I totally disrespected him. Oh wow.
Number 3, Wes Welker.
Okay.
Number 2, no, come on. Now you've heard that list, right? And we're talking about receptions, receiving yards. Who's number 2?
Gronk?
Yes, it's Gronk. Gronk is number 2.
Yeah.
And number 1 is Stanley Morgan. Stanley Morgan.
Wow.
Exactly.
The law offices
who?
of Stanley Morgan. Wow.
Who? What?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So there you go. I just because you're right. Like, could you name, other than those ones, how many wide receivers and Patriots could you name? That's why nobody wants to go there. But yeah, that they were whatever they were. I just said they were 23rd. That's it.
23rd. I agree. Well, that's it. Well, because when you are in a power ranking and you say, this ranking fucking sucks, then the next question is, okay, well, who would you have them above? And there's like Browns, this team. I'd have a million teams, the Jets above. I think a proper ranking for the Jets, I said it on the show, was between like 23 and 25, maybe 22 and 25. That's why I see where I would have ranked the Jets right now based on everything I know, somewhere in that range. So that's sizable from 30, the third worst team in football, to somewhere in the bottom 10. But again, the disrespect is real. But hey, AG and this Jets team have to obviously prove it to see if they can figure it out. All right, Pop, without further ado, you ready for the phone lines to be opened?
Yes, I am.
All right, we'll play a quick HEP timeout. If you'd like to call into the show, that is youtube.com/boygreen25. Again, youtube.com/boygreen25. If you're watching live, you have an opportunity to call into the show, ask a question or comment or whatever the hell else you'd like to do. That comes next after this.
Boy Green daily, Boy Green daily, Boy Green daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green daily, Boy Green daily, Boy Green daily. New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams. Watch Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S. Jets. Let's go.
By the way, I wasn't looking on the comment section because I didn't want any help, but major props to the chat. They're doing pretty good in the New England guessing of wide receivers. They gave some great deep dive cuts. So, yeah, you guys did very nice. And Terry Glenn being the number one idol of Bill Parcells, that's a cool nugget from Dakota. Thank you so much. Yeah, he was a very awesome man. So, again, God rest his soul. I think he died like in a car accident. So, very sad.
So just for those that don't know, Irving Fryer.
Oh, yeah, give me that one.
Yeah. Cut by his significant other and got knocked out of the AFC title game. That's the game he lost because he mouthed off to his wife or girlfriend or fiance, and she cut his ass. So that's a real thing. Just be careful out there, boys. Be careful.
Okay, I will keep that in mind for sure. Again, salute to Terry Glenn. Yeah, he ended up dying at the age of 43 on a one-vehicle traffic rollover in Texas near his home.
So he told the media that he cut his hand seriously, putting a steak back in the kitchen drawer. That's what that's his party line. That's quick. We got to come up with a story, and that's what he came up with. So, anyways,
yikes! All right, let's head on over to the phone lines. We have your guy, Baked EZD.
I love it.
I thought he was making instant grits today.
That's so funny, Pops. Your favorite mom's meal is frozen pizza. That's just sick.
Just kidding, Mom.
That's something wrong, dude.
That's definitely something wrong. A day after Mother's Day, what a sicko.
Oh man. So anyway, yeah. So it's Mother's Day. My mom is 91.
Wow! Congratulations to her. Yeah. Hey now.
Still lives on her own. She plays mahjong twice a week. Once a week she plays canasta and pinochle, and she's got a better social life than me.
Hey, there you go. That's good. It's keeping her lively.
Know how to party.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, happy Mother's Day to everybody's moms out there and stuff. And I'm taking my mom out for dinner sometime a little later next week.
Nice.
She's going to my sister's house tomorrow, and it's a little drama there, so that's why I'm not going. But
are you like on a bus, Easy? What's what vehicle are you driving?
Is that a party van? Is that a mattress in the back?
Yeah. What do we got?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was gonna say,
Okay.
Work
are you
van.
driving by
know,
a
I drive
playground?
Okay.
I drive a truck for a living, but I'm trying. I told you I'm trying to get my painting thing back going. I'm going to
Oh, right.
paint a
That
deck
makes sense.
stairway, 7
nice.
steps up, railings, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I'm going to finish that today. Make myself a little $700-800. Boom,
Nice.
Whoa,
Hey,
nice.
rolling
boom.
heavy.
But bottom line is, I mean, when you think about moms,
Yeah.
the thing you remember most about moms is the food. I mean, when you're sick and she'll she'll take your temperature and, put the compress on and all that. But when you're an adult and you think of your mom, mostly you think of Sunday dinner or something like that. And my mom is famous for her meatballs and spaghetti sauce.
Oh, nice.
She's really good at that. So she makes
my mom
the
was a big
greatest
baker.
meatballs.
Just to retract, my mom was a
I
great
can
baker.
remember.
She made amazing cakes. So
Okay, well, that's good. There you go. That sort of puts some of the
Oh, yeah,
respect
some
back on the
moms are
name,
really
but not
good.
much. Anywho, go ahead, Eziti. What's going on?
My friend's mom, she could bake a storm. Oh my God. My friend Bob's mom, she could bake. Let me tell you, she made
Shout out to
everything.
Bob's mama.
I mean,
Yeah.
and this stuff looked like bakery quality. I mean, bakery quality stuff. She was good, and she did everything from scratch. She never bought a cake mix in her life. Everything was done with flour and the way it's supposed to be done.
I respect that.
Really into it.
Yeah.
You should have seen her Christmas cookies. They would die for.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's probably why I'm a diabetic now.
Oh, well, we all have our
But
vices, I suppose.
my grandfather, my grandfather, he was like into catering, and he used to be able to make roses out of radishes and carrots and all that
Oh,
stuff.
wow.
And he made like the world's greatest potato salad. And my sister has picked up the torch on that one, and now she makes the world's greatest potato salad.
Oh, nice.
I make, what do I make? I make the world's greatest green bean casserole for Thanksgiving. Everyone wants me to make green bean casserole for Thanksgiving. So we all have our little
the
specialty
recipe with us.
stuff. But I'm just so glad my mom is still here at 91.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
is lucid, sharp as a tack, lives on her own, goes out with her girlfriends 3-4 days a week. What's today? Saturday? She's playing mahjong today. I don't know where.
All right. Awesome.
They rotate the houses.
That's cool.
But
I love that, Easy.
But I saw those, getting back to football, I saw those press conferences. I was very impressed with those 3 young men that I saw. Very impressed.
As was I, yeah.
And I know someone asked Arian Smith, the boo-boo question. We all knew it was going to be asked about his catching. And he basically just, he didn't shy away from it. He answered it. And I got a lot of mad respect for not, trying to hide it. He answered the question. He explained that the reason he might have had some trouble was he was a 2-sport star, and he was concentrating on track and football, and they both detracted from each other a little bit. So he decided he really wanted to play football, and so he quit track. So,
Yeah. Hey, and now the Jets have their own speedster in Arian Smith, who, again, I think he's a good young man. All the press conferences, if you guys didn't see him, should totally check him out. Armand Membu, Mason Taylor, Arian Smith. More of the rookies will be talking today. Aaron Glenn will speak today live right before noon. That'll be coming up in a couple hours. So that'll be live on the Jets YouTube channel and on their social media portals. And I'll be cutting up clips from that and posting it on social media, so you guys can stay tuned for all of that as well. Good thoughts there. All right, let's go back to the phone lines here. We have the legend Hep here on the program. What's up, Hep?
Hey, Paul. Hey, Pop. How you doing? I figured I'd get on before the Nick Avalanche came on, And so I like the kid a lot, Arian, the Smith kid. I like him a lot. I looked at that. I sent that to you, Paul, that little clip of
breakdown.
Yeah, he blocks. He's a blocker. He's a willing blocker. He's not a big kid, but he's got moxie. I always said, let's do the Jerry Rice routine. Let's have him juggle bricks all season, get those hands like vice grips. You know what I mean? Anyway, I just want to stop on real quick and say hi, and hope everybody's good. And I'm looking forward to a football game that's coming up.
Can't wait.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be awesome.
Maybe we could try to get that wedding in there too.
That's
Peace
right.
out, guys.
Yeah. Papa, I'm sure you've heard about that. As Hep is trying to, he's going to be there with his guitar, which will be cool, and he wants to sing the Boy Green Daily song and other stuff as part of the tailgate, which will be really cool. That's awesome. But he also wants to say, "Hey, Paul, do you want to do like a ceremonial wedding in the Jets parking lot?" And he told me to, why don't you bring that up to Tatiana, kind of gauge her temperature on it. And again, I joked with Hep yesterday that the ring finger is not the one she presented me when I gave her this idea.
I imagine not.
It was actually a different finger.
Maybe
from
Fireman Ed could conduct the ceremony.
Perhaps he's going to be around, I would imagine, from that perspective. Hey, there'll be some opportunity there, I imagine, full force. So I appreciate that. So pretty cool, which we appreciate. We got 400 people in the room. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. And again, that is Dave Briggs saying, Paul, are you ready? Getting ready to tie the knot again? I just want to make this clear because apparently this is sort of this old sage story now. Like 7 years ago or something, whenever it was, I don't know, maybe it was 6 years. I don't even. I've lost track. Yeah, but I proposed to my fiance. She accepted. Sweet. She said yes. Excellent. And then we were going to do it a handful of times, and then something came up. We tried to do it during COVID, like a very mini version of it. Unfortunately, we weren't able to pull that off, all the rules and regulations and things, and it just kept getting kicked down the road. So, we're together, so we ain't leaving, I hope. I say that. But,
you got the problem is this. So you have acted like you're married, right?
Is that good or bad?
That's good if you are married, right? That's like a girl, right? They do things before you get married that they don't do after you get married. Guys act a certain way before you get married and after you get. Only you're acting like you're already married, and so you're putting yourself in the danger zone. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, well, we lost Boy Green, and so he's getting ready to tie the knot. Apparently, it's just a 10-year runway. 10-year runway to get married.
It was tied around my neck, yanking me off stream there for a second. So apologies for that quick video exit stage left there for a moment. But So I appreciate that, Dave. We'll see. Again, I don't think I will tell you that she will be there. My fiance will be there. My children are going to be there. They're all going to the game and the tailgate and everything. So it should be a good time.
The little ones are going to the game too.
The little ones are going to the game. Yeah, PE3. He's going to be seeing his first Jets game, so that's going to be awesome. Zariah Luna is going to be at the game, so yeah, it's going to be a real hoot.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Right. Hopefully, this all falls in right. I'm going to go, but there's a couple windows I will not be able to go, so hopefully it doesn't fall into one of those windows.
Yeah. Well, if we're to believe the rumors that the Jets are going to London Week 6, that's not confirmed. It's just a rumor out there in the streets. That would be Jets-Broncos. So first off, the Broncos home game would be gone because the home game will be a London game. That would be Week 6, which would then open up. I would shoot for probably, my gut would say somewhere between weeks 1 through 5 would be a great landing spot potentially. Probably not season opener, but you never know, I guess, based on the game. But somewhere between weeks 1 through 5 would be a great landing spot somewhere in there for this Boy Green tailgate if I could pencil it in. But we'll see.
Yeah, whatever the fans want. There's a couple of windows
that
I have to go back over to the United Arab Emirates during football season, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then I'll have to go back to Romania again during football season. So hopefully if it falls in, then I'll be representing in spirit. So
there you go. Well, we have another caller, Pop. This is someone that's wanted to talk to you for days. And, well, now they have their opportunity. Let's bring on Scotty Mayhem here on the program.
Paul, you know how much I love your show and I respect you so much. So intelligent, amazing takes.
Wow.
And it wasn't until I got the 0.0 trigger the other day that really set me off. The abject disrespect for my New York Knicks was palpable. But, your pop is a very smart man. I do think his math skills lack a lot of let me dare say, intelligence. I don't predict the Knicks are going to win this series, but I love my team.
Okay.
I absolutely love my team. And the heart that they showed in those two games was off the charts. If you can't acknowledge that, then you're not a true sports fan.
It's impressive to 2 games in a row against, and you can argue this, and arguably a more talented team to come back 2 games in a row by deficits of more than 20 points is impressive. I can't.
That's never happened in NBA history before. Yeah.
And again, look. There's no. First of all, that the recent question by your dad. I was a huge Stanley Morgan fan. Just the player, not the team.
Hey, there you go.
That was back in the day. That was back in the day when Jim Zorn and Steve Largent were lighting it up.
Oh, yeah. Now you're saying the names, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. But Stanley Morgan was an absolute incredible receiver. The Jets actually could beat New England back then. But so it wasn't the Tom Brady years, so I didn't hate them as much.
Sure.
But anyway, getting back to the Celtics and the Knicks. Look,
yeah,
I appreciate your take. You said you thought that the series might go 7 games. I didn't see that. I was hoping that the Knicks would win 1 or 2 games, so they surpassed my expectations. I do think the Celtics are the better team. But here's the thing, karma is a bitch in life. When you are smug like the New England Patriots fans, you get Eli Manning twice in your life. And it would make me so happy if somehow, some way, my New York Knicks can figure out a way to win 2 more games. If they don't, I'm okay with that. But I really hope that they find a way to take the Boston smugness and literally throw it out the window, because that is the Achilles heel of this team. The abject, ridiculous, crazy throwing of 3 points when they could have slowed the game down. The Knicks never gave up. You never saw them. Not one time did you see them give up. They fought and they fought. And funny story, just so I told you this, I literally walked out of the room in the first game. I left the TV on, but I went into the bedroom, and I did not come back to the other room. They won. The next day, I was in a poker tournament, and the TV was on. I literally walked away, was 20 points down, lost half my stack. The Knicks came back and won, and I won the tournament. I actually have the trophy right here.
Oh, cool. Show us. Yeah, we're big poker guys. So
it's actually the 3rd tournament that I just won. Let me see how I do this. I'm going to turn around here. And so you can see, love poker. But
what kind of poker do you play?
Absolutely love poker. I play tournaments only.
What, Texas Hold'em or what?
Texas Hold'em.
Oh, baby.
Been on TV against some of the best players in the world, and I love it. It's a hobby. It's not a career.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I just want to say this to Pop. I respect him. I think he's super intelligent. It's obvious. But on this one, just remember what I said. Karma is a bitch.
Oh, there you go. And I would say, if the Knicks were able to win, I don't believe that's still the case. Neither does Vegas, by the way. If they're able to win this series, I would say that unlike football, right, basketball in a 7-game, if you beat someone in a 7-game series, then you're clearly the better team.
Sure.
Right. 1 game can go either way, but if you win 4, you got to win 4 games. If you beat them 4 games, then you're the better team. I will say that.
And real quick, Scott, I just want to ask you this. So you said you still don't believe the Knicks are going to win. So what is your prediction for the series? What is it? It's 6 or 7.
I didn't say that they weren't going to win. I just said I'm not guaranteeing a win. I
see what you're saying. Okay, so what's your prediction for this?
I think it's going to go 7. I think the Knicks are going to win 1 game in the Garden. I think that the game 6 is going to be the critical one. I think Boston wins at home, so it's 3-2. Okay. If the Knicks are going to win the series, they're winning it in 6, so they have to come back home and win there. But it wasn't so much. Look, I respect all fans except New England Patriot fans. I just think they're the worst fans in the history of football.
God awful.
One of my friends was at that Super Bowl, the first one, and they left. I think they were 17-0 or whatever it was, and the Giants almost beat them the last game.
Oh yes, they lost in the last week of the regular season. They were 15-0 for the 16-0 Right?
It was close.
38-35. That was the final score.
But that game was the key game because the Giants figured out how to beat them. And if you can press Brady up the middle, you can beat them. And that's what the Giants proved. But the Patriot fans were miserable. My friend was at the Super Bowl. They were just miserable the whole game. And then they walked out of that stadium with their tails between their legs. And to me, I don't disrespect most fans. I think if you love your team, you love your team. I can't help. I love the Jets more than any team. I love the Mets. I love the Knicks. I love the Rangers. But the love I have for my Jets is totally off the chart. And that's because I saw them, I was 6 years old, whatever, when Namath won. It was just, I can't even describe it. I barely remember it, but it was unbelievable. And that is a love that you can never give up. I'm praying that AG is who we think he is.
No, please.
Praying that Justin Fields does the things that we hope. And I really believe that 5.5, smash that over, man. I think that the Jets are going to win. I think they're going to be a wild card team. They're going to win 9 or 10 games this year. I think they're going to shock the league, and it's going to be about running. But you can't tell me that Justin Fields isn't a better quarterback than Mark Sanchez, okay? We went to 2 championship games with Mark Sanchez. This defense, if we find the defensive lineman, is good enough to win. So let's go. Pop, I respect you, but karma's a bitch, man. When you say 0.0 and now you're like backing off a little bit.
No, I still think there's a 0% chance the Knicks win. Now, I could be wrong. I said the Jets are going to win 12 games last year. So obviously I could be wrong.
I did too. I was there with you, Pop. I thought we were going to win 12 games. So I was right there with you.
All right, Scotty, appreciate the call, man.
So I've actually got some. I'm breaking. People break news all the time. I'd like to break some news. So I just found this out that this just in that a little known fact that Tom Brady has got a tattoo. He actually got it a few years ago.
Okay,
and it's actually a tramp stamp that says "Eli's my daddy."
That's a choice. Wow, that's the news you're breaking here on the show.
That's it. Eli's my daddy.
Wow. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that. We have 400 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. Appreciate you guys for calling into the show, having a good fun time and good back and forth with Pop as he's dressed in his full Boston Celtics garb. Again, that game is at 3:30 today, Madison Square Garden. The cheapest ticket in the house is $750 right now. So good luck. Yeah, there you go. Boston ATL, January 5th, 2013. I've had the great pleasure. My pop's a good man. I know we're celebrating Mother's Day. We should celebrate mothers every single day. But shout out to my pop. We've been able to do cool sporting events all the time. And there's so many that I am like overwhelmed by the amount of cool, awesome ass experiences I've had in my life. And we have a couple of them with these Celtics hats with the dates, embroidered on them. So we'll see. People ask me all the time why I'm this Celtics fan. Me and my pop have had some pretty cool moments together as C's fans. When we moved to Oswego here, the Celtics won the championship in 2008. We had a relatively unpacked house where me and my dad are sitting in front of a TV and a random assortment of items are there. And before the rest of our family came up, we're watching the Celtics in the NBA Finals. So some cool stuff back in the day. Everybody, again, like the video, hit subscribe, and also I see more people have been signing up for the tailgate while we've been live here on the show, so that's awesome. Thank you so much. Again, if you want to see me, my pop, Woody, he's going to be there as well.
Woody!
If you want to be there for a Jets home game, and we tailgate together in the parking lot. We sit together during the game. If you have interest in that, please hit it up in the YouTube description down below, the Boy Green Tailgate sign up. Put your name down. Put how many tickets you'd be interested in, both for the game ticket and the tailgate. The tailgate will cost a price to cover our guy, Chef Kevin Gilbert, but it won't be insane in either category. We want to take care of you guys and have it for a fair price, and it will be the cheapest possible price. Shout out to the Jets for wherever our seats are. No ticket fees, no taxes because of how I'm doing it through the Jets. So we will get you guys a great price for those tickets. As soon as I know that, I'll be sharing that info. So again, click the sign-up sheet. Put it down if you have any interest, and make sure you have a chance to get one of those seats because I'll be reaching out to you once more information comes. Pop, a fun show, and go Celtics.
Yep, go Celtics. Happy Mother's Day. I know I won't be on tomorrow.
Right.
To get ready, take care of your mom for Mother's Day.
Sure.
And
gross.
What? And go to church tomorrow, but happy mom. Make sure you remember your moms, and if you haven't done something, go out and do something. Get them some flowers, take them out to dinner. Cook dinner for them, whatever the case may be, and get your raffle tickets in, get signed up for the tailgate. And I'm not going to disparage anybody, but I'll tell you that without a doubt, The tailgating food for this party will be better than if you went to last year's, and it'll be significantly less price.
Yeah, it's true. We will unlock the price in due time, but I will guarantee it will be a lot less than it was last year. And I'm really excited about everything getting put together. One more shout out to all the new members of Boy Green Coffee Club: Mike Rubino, Leonardo Santos, and then the people that submitted super chats. A Step 10 sending in money today. Thank you. Easy with the great Mother's Day question. Indy Jets on there, and then for Lily and Big D with the $50 super chat. What an awesome show today. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow morning on Boy Green Daily. Go Celtics. Open and a can of whoop ass all over the second-rated Garden in the NBA, baby. We're going to give them the business.
And I will commit to calling in tomorrow. If you open up the call lines early, I'll call in and give a little breakdown of the game, one way or another.
Oh, baby. Can't wait for that. All right, everybody. We'll see you. Take care.